Hello, welcome, and thank you for being here. My name is Athena, and this is 30 Days on Womanhood. Today we are on day 28, and this has been a beautiful journey so far. So therapeutic for me. I hope so for you guys. Um, Subscribe, drop a link, and let me know about some of the things you guys do. I would love to explore um, other people's talents and gifts. It's just like such a passion for me. I love to see all of the amazing things that people can do. So drop your links and share your beautiful work. So today on day 28, my word is stages. And the reason that I needed to add stages in here is because I feel like I have been through so many different stages in my life. And some of them, you know, I just have a thing where I never like to um, feel like I want to change anything in my past because everything genuinely made me who I am and what I am and why I am this way. Um, but my biggest thing is I wish I would have appreciated when I was in those stages more. Uh, it's kind of like I think I heard Alan Watts say this thing about how it's hard to do that very thing because it's like, your eyes are your eyes. You can't look at your own eyeballs because your eyeballs is that. You can't take your eyeball out and look at it with the other one. So what I'm saying is it's hard to, I think, sometimes to appreciate the stage that you're in because it's just always such a constant forward movement for us as beings. And sometimes we can be stagnant, but that's the thing is it even goes into my point even more is if we're not aware of the stage we're in, if we're not aware of the way we feel, if we're not aware of the energy we have or the belief system that is hurting us, then we're not able to conduct ourselves differently because we're not even seeing that there is a problem um, you know in something in our lives. We're not noticing it because we're not um, really coherent is the word that I like to use because I like to be coherent and why is my thing falling off? It's so annoying. I like to be coherent in my life now. I like to be able to appreciate like every moment in each stage, even though it's not always a feel good moment. I think that moving forward in my life as a woman, I want to learn how to um, genuinely stay present in the stage that I'm in and enjoy that stage more effectively and not rush it and not try to want something different and absolutely no comparing. And, I've always been such a free person that I never thought I was comparing myself. And I wasn't as an individual, at a certain point, absolutely not comparing myself. But sometimes I find myself being like, oh, that's the lifestyle I want. I wonder how, sometimes it bleeds into other things. Um, bleeds into sometimes maybe comparing your work or, things like that. We have to be careful not to compare throughout the different stages that we're in and compare ourselves in comparison to the stages that other people have been through, to where we're going, to where we're from. to the present thing that we're doing. And, I think there's a healthy amount of um, competition that we have in the world as far as being able to push boundaries. I think that's, one of the cool things that I love about what competition does, because I'm not big on competition, but what I think competition is important for is being able to prove new records, break records, and like I appreciate that in the world of competition. But when we're all going through our own stages, I just think that competition is um, so irrelevant and so unnecessary, because there's how can I put this? Like, there's so many things that we can work on within ourselves that we don't even need to have the time to try to work on something else that has to do with someone else. You know what I mean? There's so many things that we have to work on, even if that's like practicing focusing, or practicing writing every day, or getting up and doing those dishes and we don't want to, and our kitchen and house is crazy. You got to have your house in order, for you to get your business in order. The outside will always be messy if the inside is messy. And that's something so important that I've learned um, throughout my life. And I just want to share that because it's just, I love being able to sit back and appreciate the moment and not have to feel like it has to be rushed anymore. And I think that at a certain point in my life, it was going so fast that I didn't even have time to um, realize how fast it was going until I got into a space where I was forced to slow down. And I think that was one of the best things that ever happened to me, was forcing me to slow down and appreciate the stage I'm in, which then created space for me to create the actual space I want to be in. Um, and so that's really special, because when we as people all do find that quiet space in that moment where we can um, kind of just dive into ourselves and into the way that things are and into the way that we want them to be. That's when that's when stages are actually created, because that's where that thinking mind is like, I don't know if I want this anymore. I don't know if I want that anymore. And you're able to collect thoughts and memories that can literally start reprogramming into the things that you daydream about and into this real material world. Um, because that thing in the middle, that want to go from here to here, that's where that energy moves. And I am loving that space that I found, because I can like, there's just two ways for me personally to go, and that is either spend time wanting to do that thing or actually doing that thing that I want to do to get from here to here. I'm either going to stress about it or I'm going to get it done. And it's like, it takes so much. I think it's so big of all of us to continue to grow every day and continue to make good choices every day and continue to make choices that will honor our family and honor ourselves and literally make the world a better place. There's so many people out here in this world doing that. And um, I'm happy to even have that thought, because I know that that thought came from somewhere, and it's reminding me to be appreciative of those things. And it just, back to stages, it's like there were so many times in life where I was in such a friendly mood or friendly zone or outgoing energy or outgoing space. And then after that, a few days after that, like I may have to spend 2 or 3 days alone again, because when I was out, I would give so much energy and so much time and so much respect to other people that, it kind of, there was energy exchanging basically. And I had to learn to respect that stage that I have that's very real and very open, and I love getting to know people and meeting people and um, exchanging information with people, and it's just dope. But then again, I love that other part of me where I can be alone and spend time alone and reflect and grow. Um, I that's like one of the first things that I learned about myself, is that I go in and out of those stages of my life where I'm super in a zone for a few months. It could even be a few months versus days. And I've even found that sometimes a couple years I may be in a zone where I'm kind of out of the way, and then I may have a few years where I'm like really upfront, maybe with like social media or with my family, or maybe I'm a little bit more in the background with social media, or maybe helping another business, and so I'm not necessarily the forefront of something. And there's just different stages that I've like been able to reflect on within my career and within my personal life. And um, I just find that appreciating and respecting each stage that I'm in, because it will change, is such a big factor now. And I guess I just had to go through it. And so, maybe I had to go through that to actually understand um, how very descriptive change can be. Change can be very descriptive. Like it can go from literally here all the way to here. And so, life just has so much personality if we really look at it. And throughout each stage of my life, I just want to try my best to get things done to make my life and other people's life more um, just more of a joy, you know, just the responsibilities of life, not allowing the responsibilities of life in each different stage, not allowing myself to become overwhelmed, but knowing that they will all change. Like when I'm in school, those responsibilities changed. Um, becoming a mother, that's a different responsibility. Becoming a wife, different responsibility, or even just becoming um, an improved version of all of those things, sister, daughter, um, anything, aunt, just becoming a more improved version of those, is all about how we spend our time. And I know that was kind of all over the place, but it was about stages and learning to enjoy each stage that we're in, because it always changes and we're always learning. So we're always moving forward into new spaces. And so if we can appreciate each stage and not be so hard on ourselves, maybe one day we can look up and be like, wow, we've really all learned so much about ourselves. And we don't have to always know so much about, you know, what's out there in the solar system. Because sometimes if we learn about what's here first, then, um, that information can come to us in so many different ways. But I mean, it doesn't have to be about solar system. I'm just kidding. But I'm just saying, learning about what's going on here and how you feel is such a powerful thing to do in life. And I think that that opens the doors to finding out what also is going on outside of you. And that's, that's a stage. We all gonna go through stages and cycles, and I just wish us all beautiful blessings throughout our stages and all of our cycles, and um, learning about others and having an open mind about ourselves, and um, creating belief systems that work to our benefit, because we are powerful, we are strong, and we are beautiful. We are powerful, we are strong, and we are beautiful. We are all powerful, strong, and beautiful. And I wish you many, many blessings. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate your time, because time is powerful, and you know, thank you so much. Enjoy your day, and I appreciate your time very much again. Peace, peace.